You know that feeling when you sit down with a comforting bowl of lentils or chickpeas and think, this is good for me, I am doing something right, I am taking care of myself. But there's something most of us never learn about pulses, even though we eat them all the time. Hi, welcome back to Vital Cook. When we were growing up in our home, we had a practice. Whenever mom served us a warm bowl of lentils or beans, we would squeeze a little lemon in it. Nobody knew why we did that. It was meant to be increasing the depth of the flavor and make the warm bowl more hearty. Now that I am looking into so much of food science and I'm researching them, I came across a piece of research that actually tells me that seemingly insignificant step was actually doing wonders to our bodies. In this video, I will show you exactly what and how. Stick with me. Pulses, lentils, chickpeas, beans, peas are all packed with nutrients. But when it comes to iron, they give you a type called non-heme iron. Your body struggles with it. And inside every pulse are natural compounds, phytates and polyphenols that bind to minerals. They hold on to the iron so tightly that your gut barely gets a chance. It's like the iron is there but just behind a locked door. The reason why iron behaves differently in animal and plant foods isn't just random, it's structural. In animals, iron is built directly into proteins that move oxygen around the body. The iron is wrapped inside a structure called heme. Plants don't transport oxygen. They store iron as a free mineral for growth and enzymes, not inside heme. So, when we eat animal foods, we borrow iron in a form our bodies already know how to absorb. When we rely mostly on plants, the iron is there but much harder to access. This is why people eating mostly plant-based diets often have lower iron stores, even when their diets look iron-rich on paper. Iron stores drop quietly at first and then energy lowers. And if nothing changes, anemia can develop over time, especially in women, adolescents, and during pregnancy. Here's the simple chemistry behind it. Most plant iron arrives as ferric iron, a form that doesn't dissolve well. Before it can be absorbed, it has to be converted into ferrous iron. Pulses make this harder because they naturally contain phytates, compounds that bind iron and keep it from entering the gut cells. Pulses have this natural partner, vitamin C. So when your body gets access to both of this in the same meal, it suddenly opens up the required pathways and can absorb much more of that iron from your pulses. We all know pulses like beans and lentils are packed with iron, which is vital for carrying oxygen in your blood. But here is what actually happens. Most of the iron in pulses is in the ferric form, which is hard for the gut to absorb. Vitamin C gently converts it into ferrous iron, which is soluble and absorbable. And it's not just lemon, the kind of vitamin C matters. And so does the timing. She cooked some of the most beautiful lentil stews every day. Balanced meals, colorful plates, everything done right. She still felt exhausted day after day. And then, after the very last bite, she squeezed lemon over the empty bowl. For flavor, that works. For iron absorption, it arrives too late. Here's the science. Non-heme iron is vulnerable the moment it enters your gut. If vitamin C is there at the same time, it changes iron into an absorbable form and shields it from blockers. But once iron is bound or has moved on, vitamin C cannot rescue it later. That's why timing matters, along with how much vitamin C you add. Vitamin C only helps iron in its active form, ascorbic acid, and it has to be present in the gut at the same time. Whole foods work best because vitamin C arrives dissolved alongside the meal. Supplements can work too, but only if they are taken with the food. After the meal, even vitamin C cannot help. So it's not just how much vitamin C you get, it's how and when it shows up. Vitamin C is a powerful reducing agent. It sacrifices one of its electrons and hands it over to the ferric iron, converting it to ferrous iron, and that just flips the switch to on for iron absorption. Here is what's really happening inside your gut. When you eat a plant-based meal without any modifiers, your intestines absorb a baseline amount of iron. But when you drink tea with that meal, iron absorption can drop dramatically, down to less than half of what it would normally be. In contrast, adding a vitamin C rich drink like orange juice can almost double the iron your body pulls in. These relative changes shown here show how meal context, not just what you eat, determines how much iron you actually get. How much vitamin C do we need to really make this work? Most studies say use somewhere between 25 to 100 milligrams. But in everyday food, this is what it looks like. Pulses already support heart health, blood sugar, digestion, and cholesterol. When you bring in vitamin C, it brings in antioxidant and vascular health. So you are not just stacking up the iron, you are benefiting your entire system. And here's something our traditional food cultures have known all along. Soaking, sprouting, and fermenting pulses reduce phytates. They gently disarm the iron blockers. Pair that with a vitamin C rich touch at the end and you get the best of both worlds. There are just two things to avoid if you really want this to work. First, vitamin C is heat sensitive. Add it at the end, not during cooking. Secondly, tea and coffee have polyphenols that block non-heme iron. You don't need to give it up, just wait an hour or so before having your cup of tea. So now you get the idea. Pulses bring you iron and vitamin C helps your body keep more of it. Use this little tip in your daily meals and feel the difference. If you think this helped, hit the like, subscribe for more such tips, and also share this with someone else who can benefit from it.